Hi everybody! Today I am here in my sewing room, which is a total disaster, and my cat is sitting on my ironing board judging me for it. I'm doing the So Many Questions sewing tag. I believe it was served by Camden Sewing or something like that. I'll link it below, but I was nominated, or whatever you want to call it, to do it by Main Course, and I'll link her channel below. She's one of the YouTubers that I watch, and I guess there's 40 questions, and it seems that there's number 40 you have to answer, and then you can pick 10. I probably picked a couple more than 10, so let me see. The questions I picked are you a planner or an improviser? I like to think that I'm a planner, like I'm in the store and I'm buying things and planning to sew them, but it doesn't end up that way. So then I get home and I kind of like improvise. Basically my mood. It's kind of like, I want to sew that today, or I want to make this dress. So I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm a bit of both. Like I can't be like, I'm going to sew this week and this week, because I just get in like moods and like I don't feel like sewing that. So good intentions. And the next question is, do I have any pet helpers? And of course I do. I have my studio supervisor, which is my little cat Oliver, and he is an Abyssinian. He's gonna be 5 years old in July, and he's very sweet, and he is with me. He's my little shadow, and of course he watches what I do, and he sits on my workbench and or my cutting table, and he knocks off my seam ripper because, you know, he's really helpful. So yeah, I have one little cat. And the next one is, where do you sew? I sew here in my sewing room, which I call my sewing studio. And as I said, it's a big mess, but it's a great space. And I do have a link to my studio when it was first set up and sparkling clean, and it will never ever be that way again, sadly. So I'll link that below so you can check my sewing room out. And that was before I really knew what I was doing on YouTube. I still don't. And it's like, the video is kind of narrow. So once I actually clean this up so where I'm not embarrassed, I will redo that video. The next question I picked was, what sewing machine do I own and use? I have a Bernina B330. I really like it. I just wish that it had a bigger bobbin, because Bernina came out, they updated their machines, and now they have bigger bobbins, or at least the 4 series, the B400 series do. Bigger bobbins, and they have the little button so you could clip your thread. Oops, my computer. And I need that button because my worst habit, and that's one of the questions, I'm answering it without intending to, is to clip threads. I have threads all the time hanging. The next question, I guess I'll answer that I also have a Baby Lock Imagine serger, and I have a cover stitch, a Janome Cover Pro 1000 CPX, which I finally, after over a year of owning it, I finally got the courage to use it, and it's magical. Really, really good. I love the Baby Lock, I love the Janome, and I love my Bernina. So, but before my Baby Lock Imagine, I had a Brother, well, I still have it, 1034D. I'm probably going to give it to my cousin because she doesn't have a serger, but that is a really good machine, and I kind of was like, oh, I should keep it because I don't want to spend the time to change threads. But that's why I spent all the money on the Imagine, was so that I could, it has the air thread system, which is amazing. I bought the Imagine so I could easily change threads, so I can't really justify like hoarding machines. So the next question is, where do you store your patterns? And I'm going to make a little video to insert so you can see that. I have this rack here inside my closet in my sewing room. And this is where I store all of my patterns. So as you can see, I just use those plastic bins now that have a lid. I obviously don't use the lid. I get them for 99 cents at Target, and I use my little label maker to label what they are. So I have dresses and jumpsuits by New Look, Berta, Vogue, and Butterick. And then I have Simplicity dresses and jumpsuits. That's because I have Simplicity the most. And yes, I do try to order them numerically because I'm crazy. And then I have McCall's dresses and jumpsuits. I guess I have more McCall's than Simplicity. Huh. Thought I was more Simplicity. Anyway, then I have these little guys I got from the Daiso, and it works because they just slide here on the side, and here I have, what is that? Sorry, I don't even know what I have. It's crazy. Oh yeah, swimwear and like recreational wear, sportswear and stuff. And then this is the men's bin, I think. Yeah, men's bin. Yeah. And then on the second shelf, we're getting into the tops. And I have these ordered first by company, and then I numerically order them. And I think at some point I'll put in these like little spacers so I can space the brand. Here I have skirts and pants, and this pants are here, the skirts are back here, and then I have accessories shoved back here as well. I think it's, yeah, I don't have it labeled accessories, but anyway. This one is jackets and coats, same thing. These are all by brand and then numeric. This little bin looks to be like it's the children's bin. And then down here, my costumes and my vintage and vintage reproduction patterns. So this is all costumes. And I've got 1960, 1970, 1950, and 1920, 1930, 1940. Looks like I have the most I have 1940s. So like the vintage reproduction and then actual vintage ones are here. And then down here, these are all like probably PDF patterns or patterns that I don't know, in the process of or something. So a little bin down here. And then these are all like works in progress or like project purgatory basically. So that is how I store my patterns. Next is what inspires me, and really what inspires me is fabric. Mostly it's fabric. It's just wandering through Joann, shopping online, scrolling through fabric stores, and just kind of, if I see something, you know, usually I can visualize what I want to make with it. So fabric is my biggest inspiration. Sometimes ready to wear, like shopping in the stores, shopping online helps me, but mainly it's just visualizing something and getting inspired by the fabric. Okay, the next one is my most disastrous make. Yeah, so that's quite embarrassing. I was trying to make a cape for my best friend's daughter and for Christmas, and I was going to make her two, a blue one and then a purple and pink. And the purple was a velvet, and then it had like this sort of like satin, really this acetate pink lining. And that fabric was the most horrific thing to work with, you know, sliding, and somehow it ended up the pink but like way different size than the velvet, and it was all wonky. And like, how, this is embarrassing, this is a cape, this is like not, this is not hard, and it was just not even. And I don't even, I can't go back there. It's like PTSD. I don't want to. No, I don't mean to. Anyway, sorry. My biggest sewing hope and challenge for me, my goal is to someday make all by hand a Chanel style jacket, and that's all by hand. Though I will work my way up and do it in the machine and just start making that style. But I think actually, it wouldn't all be by hand, because Chanel style jackets have quilting, so the lining is quilted to the main fabric, but I think that's done by machine, and then like pretty much everything else is by hand. But I don't like hand sewing, so that's going to be a challenge. And then I have all of these boucles and tweeds, so I'm ready for it. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know, because I've had quite a few of those fabrics. Next one is woven or knit. I used to be strictly woven because, I don't know, knits, I thought you had to serger and zigzag stitch and all that. But I've been getting into knits more, and I really like them. I especially like it that you don't have to have a zipper, and because zippers are still like my nemesis, and you don't have to have closures usually, so I'm really, really getting along with knits, and I'm happy about that. So I'm kind of like 50-50 at the moment. My most favorite and least favorite sewing task. Okay, well, can you consider ripping out seams a sewing task? Probably not. So, I don't like edge stitching, understitching. Yeah, understitching. I always get like stay stitching, edge stitching, understitching, like da 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 da. Understitching, like when you have a facing, you gotta go and stitch on the facing and the seam allowance to make it stay inside the garment. I don't like that because it's like I just want to get on with things, like. Yeah, but don't skip that step, because if you want it to be good, don't skip that step. I don't. I hate it. But anyway, I used to hate ironing, and now I really like it. It's very soothing. I get a lot of satisfaction. I'm like sewing a dart and then going and pressing it so it just looks perfect. So I quite enjoy ironing. I should say pressing. That's my favorite. And printed or PDF. So this is interesting. Printed is great because you don't have to like print paper and then tape it together and then hopefully they match up. But I will say PDF patterns, the companies that make PDF patterns are mostly indie companies, right? So their instructions tend to be better. That is the bonus of using PDF like indie patterns. But you have the convenience of like the big pattern companies that come in printed packs, and especially if they're on sale for $1.99, that's great. Their instructions are not that great, unfortunately. If you're just looking at printed or PDF, just at face value, what it is, like I'm gonna go with printed because I'm lazy. And I don't have much time to sew, which is really tragic. The next question is, sorry. This is a quick fire question. Paris or New York? I am a European kind of person. I'm gonna have to go with Paris. It's been a long time since I've been to Paris. But I'm still gonna go with Paris because I love Europe. And that said, the question 40, which I think I have to answer, it's tell us 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay, my cat just went to my desk and pushed off the pen. I don't know if you heard that, but he did, and that was really rude. All of that's really rude. Thought I raised him better. Okay, so I think if you've been watching my stupid videos, you would probably know which of these are the truths. So there's 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay, you might know 1 or 2 of these answers. So I'm gonna say I lived in London, I hate seafood, and I have 2 children. Are you supposed to guess? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. What am I supposed to do? Okay, well those are my 2 truths and my 1 lie, so there you have it. But I think for this tag, I'm not prepared to say who I want to tag in this video. I haven't thought about it, and I probably should have. But I don't think I'll tag I tagged some people to do one of my sewing tags like a few weeks ago or a month ago, so I'm just gonna do this tag. It was fun. It gave me a reason to make a video and just jabber and probably bore you guys. And my room, I'm just standing here and I'm looking at my room and it's a mess and I'm super embarrassed. Here, I have to show you my helper. Come here, baby. Say hi. So this is my cat helper. You're just a moaner. Don't complain. You have the best life ever. So thanks for watching, everybody, and he smells like fish. Bye.